Welcome to the 7th boss, the Burst. She is... well, she's tough. After the first few times, then, you know, every stage gets easier. After you get a little practice in, her first 5 stages are not awful, although the 5th stage is a little bad. But as everyone says, the 6th stage on her is horrible. Alright, first off, her first 3-hit combo, you need to get used to that because there's a whole lot of repetition in this fight. There's more repetition in her attacks than probably any of the other bosses so far. You need to get really used to that. A lot of her shots in this first stage, just go ahead and, you know, shoot back at them to cancel them out. And she says this line here, if you're quick enough and you charge up a shot, then you can get a charged combo on her. But you have to do it basically real soon after she starts saying that. I was a little slow there. These little red shots, just ignore them for the most part. You can sometimes bait a melee attack there if you're good at parrying. She likes to go in for a melee after that. Stage 2. While she's setting up her arena with some new little goodies, you have to take out these guys. I would stay on the outside of these barriers, and then you can usually take them out one by one. You can also reflect the shots back at them, but it's a little tough if more than one is shooting at you at once. These mines, you know, just ignore them. Just run around. You can't do anything at first while she's setting up, but try to be somewhere near the middle so that she has a shot at you. Then go ahead, slowly get closer. Try to get behind some cover, and then shoot. If you do not shoot and you try to go for melee, sometimes she'll just run away. Shoot her when you get close to go ahead and start the next phase. These you can reflect back. Pretty easy to do. The timing is not difficult on it. Her 3-hit attack is the same as the first stage. It's a good opportunity to get some damage in. This, sometimes you can get melee damage if you're real quick after she does that, but generally it's tough. Here, great opportunity for damage. Charge up your shot, move out, boom, get her. If you can get a couple of those in, then this stage goes real quick. Sometimes even if those pillars are down, when she does that attack, there's still a safe spot behind the pillar that's down. So then it's really easy to get that charge attack in on her because you don't even have to move around it then at that point. There she goes again, charge it up, move around, boom, there you go. And almost on to the next stage. Alright, punish.
That was a really good try.
And stage.
But not quite.
She basically starts out with the same things that you've seen before. Just for the most part, you can run around and just dodge these guys, ignore them, try to find her as quickly as possible, shoot her, and then she's going to always run toward the center. You can just, but you have to follow her quickly, by the way. If you don't follow her quickly, then it'll just reset. So follow her pretty quickly to the center. She's always going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sometimes you can get some damage in there afterwards. By the way, I would recommend usually starting at the bottom when she does those shots and slowly move your way clockwise or counterclockwise, your choice. Start at the bottom and go up. It's just easier with the camera. Here you always want to go this way. Start in the bottom left corner. Go there so you can hit the wall and you can get your timing perfectly no matter what. You won't go too far. And then this one, and then in, so you only have to dodge 1, 2, 3 times total, and then you get a little damage in. If you do it exactly in that way every time, it makes it a lot easier. Here, get behind that, charge up a shot. As soon as she knocks it down for you, surprise, surprise. And for the most part, there's a lot of repetition in this stage. You can get a charge shot in there if you're just out of the range of her 3rd hit on her combo. Or go ahead and parry if you need a little health. That's fine too. A little more. And there we go. Stage 4. Now you're about to see some attacks you are going to need to get intimately familiar with. Here's a little 1 hit from her. Here's a 2-hit. 1, 2. And then we've got a 4-hit. 1, 2. Small pause. 3, 4. That's the best opportunity to get damage on her after that one, by the way. You can get damage on her sometimes after the other ones, but that 4th one is, I think, the easiest. And usually allows you to get a full combo in afterwards. If you're not quick enough on the other ones, then sometimes she'll counter. During this part, you can get shot damage on her. You can shoot her, but she's more likely to just run around and do those blue circular force fields at you. So getting parries and melee damage is something you're just going to have to learn to do for a later stage. So just get used to it now. Shooting her is maybe easier, maybe safer, but you have to get used to that part. You have to learn how to do that part, or you will die on later parts. And you do not want to die on later parts, because you're going to have to do everything over again. There, as you can see, as you're going around there, stay close to her so her little cone is a little smaller there and it's easier to dodge over. She still has her same melee combos from before. And start some close quarter combat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move back, charge up a shot, and there you go. You need to learn this. There's just no way around it. This is the best opportunity to get damage in on her. 1, 2. You can get sometimes some damage in there, but you just wait for the 4-hit. It's a lot easier, it's a lot safer, and you need to get good at parrying. I don't mean to sound like an ass, but I've tried other strategies, and I just really think it's the only way around it. They programmed her to be more punishing than others. You have to learn how to parry. And you have to wait for her combo to be finished to get those hits in and that damage in. You have to learn it. Stage 5. This portion is pretty much the same as before. You can, and I would suggest waiting around and parrying and get your damage in that way, rather than trying to shoot her. You can again do that, and if you are good at dodging those blue force fields, then more power to you, I guess. I found that to be much longer and less safe, and it's of course less practice. You need to learn the parries for the final stage. If you have not seen the final stage, let me just tell you now, you need to learn it. And hopefully you'll get a few perfect parries in here and there to make it go a little quicker. Gotta take these guys out, and at first I thought, maybe I'll leave around the ones that shoot the health orbs. No, don't do that, because if you leave them around, you're gonna have to deal with them and this at the same time. First you have to be back. I would charge up some dodges. I think it's a little easier to get over it if you charge. Then you have to go forward. That's easier because the cone is a little thinner here, so it's easier to jump over typically, although I'm terrible at it. Continue to shoot her, and just to shoot to hopefully get some greens there. And then it's back to her invisible melee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and attack. And here we go, time for CQC. Not that much different than before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get away, charge up a shot. The majority of your damage in. And a lot of this is practice for the final stage. Her close quarter combat is generally the same, from stage to stage, but this is just preparation. Think of it that way. It's practice. She seems to always do this in stage 5. Goes for that hold move. So just get ready for it. I typically saw it just one time during stage 5, and then she would usually not do it again. I don't think she ever did it again, actually. And wait for the 4-hit combo, get the majority of your damage in. Hopefully you'll be getting a good bit of life back during that time. And continue. Hopefully you won't make quite as many parry mistakes as I did, But it shows you that you don't have to be perfect. I certainly did not do this boss perfectly, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, back up. And there you go. We're finally on the last stage. God help us. This stage is awful. I wish I had some genius, easy strategy, but I'm going to make it as easy as possible, I think. The pattern is always the same. It always starts out with those blues in the middle and then on the sides. Gotta get used to that. She does give you a lot of time. Don't freak out when she pulls out her rifle. You have enough time after those to get behind the cover. Now, there's going to be these extra ones from the side from her drones. You cannot shoot the drones, by the way. You can try. It doesn't do anything. After 6 shots from the drones, that stage is over. They give you enough time to get behind cover again. Again, they give you enough time to get behind cover typically for this one, but you have to be a little faster now. Now the drones are going to shoot about 10 shots total. So, you just have to wait out those. You can go ahead and count if you want to. Charge dodges work a little better in this stage than they did in the last one. So, if that works easier for you, then I would suggest it. As many times as possible, try to go diagonally so you can get past hers and the drones at the same time. You have to wait for a combo here. And then, after that, starts the final stage, close quarter combat. This is what you've been practicing for. Here it is. 1, 2, her 2-hit combo. And 1. This is what you're going to have to deal with again and again. If she ever does her 4-hit combo, I never saw it here. It's always just 1 or 2 hits, but you just got to get the timing right. Now look for the ball of light, listen for the sound. Don't go early, don't freak out. Sometimes you can see, her moving a little bit there beforehand. You can see like the movement of her gun. Don't freak out and go early. Wait for the light, wait for the sound. And there is the timing. You can go ahead and rewind if you want to how to get a perfect parry on those. It's tough. But you're going to have lots of opportunities here to get perfect parries. Hopefully you'll just get some in naturally. I just got those in because I was lucky. I was not skilled at all. And if you are quick after these, then you can get damage, and you can just get very regular damage in. You don't have to wait for perfect parries, although that is one way to do it. Now, if you're decent at parrying, then she's not taking your health down too much, and you're gaining a lot of health, and yeah, I'd say it's probably safe enough to just go ahead and wait for perfect parries. Otherwise, you can do what I resorted to here, finally, because I'd gotten her down previously on my previous fight before this, all the way down to a sliver of health, and then I choked and I died. I just somehow couldn't get anything in. I could not get any perfect parries. I kept waiting, never happened, and she slowly killed me off. Here I finally said, forget it, I'm going to go ahead and get a little damage in and finish it off. Oh, I hate her. Let's kill her.
That's enough. Assuming manual control.
That was sweet. You beat her at her own game. She was a cheater anyway.